from the rack, like me for real. Just joking. Anyway, today we've collaborated to bring you our DCU Slate, I guess what you call it, or Phase One of our
Yeah,
DCU. Uh, it's been in the works for a little bit now. Uh,
yeah,
well, I'm finally getting around to it. We're doing it live, something new. Something we don't see on the channel, but if you do like I mean, if you like anything we said here, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you guys want, leave us your DCU Slate in the comments below. But without further ado, I guess I'll start with my slate.
hmm
Um, so we just background. We decided to do 20 projects. Um, give it some variety. Um, Jesus Christ, this is, when I don't have a script in front of me, it's pretty hard. But 20 projects, movies, shows, anything. I guess I mainly put my slate consists of 13 movies and 7 shows. Um, some people might think it's like a lot. I think it's like a fair enough amount. It's
yeah,
more the merrier. As I like to say. More is better. Uh, Quantity sometimes over quality, but of course, if we're making it, it's always quality and quantity. But
yeah.
so let's go ahead and dive into my slate. We give a little background detail. Try not to take up too much time because rambling is something I used to do on this channel, but we're not going to do that now. So I'm just gonna dive into it. So my first project is Superman. I call it Superman: Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Uh, I came up with that title because usually, like, when you think of Superman, that's like what you think of. So
His passing model.
that's his motto, you know. So Superman is like his fifth year of being Superman. He fights new supervillains, Metallo and Bizarro, both created by Lex Luthor to counteract Superman. So that's my first part. I don't really know too much of when Superman fights Bizarro or Metallo. It might be early in his years, might be late, but it's a little something different. We haven't seen Metallo nor Bizarro in live action, so I think that would be nice to see. So decided to have it's a little pre-built universe. I don't think nobody really has origins here, at least for on my part. I can't say the same for Roman, so it could be different. But for me, uh, everybody's established pretty much somewhat. So yeah, Superman: True Justice in the American Way. My second movie, Batman: Arkham Asylum. Batman also in his fifth, maybe sixth year. It follows him and older Dick Grayson, so like 17, 18, 18, 19 probably. A little different, something different. Follows them two being locked in Arkham Asylum. A riot broke out, and him and Batman both have to take on a bunch of villains and eventually their way up to stop the riot and Joker. So basically, it's just a game, but in a movie form, but different. So I thought that.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of interesting to do. I feel like that's something I kind of wanted to do. Uh, Somebody does get a trilogy in my little universe, but I'm not going to spoil who it is first. But my third project
Wait,
would. Oh, go ahead. Go
wait,
ahead.
hold up, wait, real quick. You said that would be like a movie, or did you say that a game?
It's no, it's a movie. It's based off the
Okay,
Arkham Asylum game,
okay, okay, okay,
so it takes elements from that, but it does its own thing.
okay, okay, nice.
So my third project, our first show, it's called Beware My Power. I'm focused heavy on John and Hal. But also other episodes focused on other lanterns like Kilowog, Tomare, Sinestro, and etc. Uh, and so I don't know what year they're in of being like a Green Lantern, but I know Hal becomes a Lantern first, and a year later, after he becomes a Lantern, John becomes the Green Lantern. And I guess the villain at the end of the series could be Atrocitus, or kind of like follows them. Something to do with the Red Lanterns. That's all I know. That's all I have right now.
Okay, lanterns.
So, fourth project. It's called The Brave and the Bold. Not Batman, but Black Canary and Green Arrow. It's a Black Canary and Green Arrow show. Um, Basically just follows them to meeting for the first time and kind of like getting acquainted, whatever. Villains Count Vertigo with cameos from Huntress, The Question, a Batman cameo, Mr. Terrific, and a Hawkman for some reason. Don't ask why. I just thought it'd be cool to throw Hawkman in something.
Mhm.
So, fifth project is Shazam! Say My Name. It's a movie. Follows Billy Batson in his second year of being Shazam, fights Black Adam for the first time, and Superman appears in the third act. So it's kind of like the short animated film, but
Okay, okay,
but but
that sounds nice.
but he's already experienced, so he's already fought Doctor Savannah, I guess. But no, the Shazam family are not here. I don't want them in a project yet. So that's number five. At number six, we have a show. It's called Task Force X. Follows Amanda Water recruiting the Suicide Squad members. In each episode, follows each of the members' backstory, whatever. So you know, kind of dives deeper into my DC universe. And for the team, we have Deadshot, Bronze Tiger, Captain Boomerang, Livewire, Bloodsport, King Shark, Peacemaker, Prometheus, Batman villain, and Rick Flag. So that's my Suicide Squad team.
Okay, okay, that sounds like a nice one. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's want to mix it up. You know, 40 characters we've already seen in live action. Five, I mean, and others are some like newcomers. Bronze Tiger was a Suicide Squad member in the comics, but I don't know if Prometheus and Livewire were. I thought it'd be nice to bring some characters you don't really see. So, number seven, we have Batman Enter the League of Assassins. This is the second Batman movie in this universe. So, it takes place a year after Arkham Asylum. So, Dick Grayson's now 18. And he decides to quit after him and Batman sort of have like a falling out. So, this is kind of like him going to become his own man type of thing. And
Mhm.
yeah, he comes back in the second act to help Batman fight the League of Assassins. Introduces Rage, Talia, Deathstroke, and Batgirl, who is 21 in my universe. So
Anyone?
she's a little older than Dick Grayson.
Okay, okay, nice.
And then in my ninth, oh well, wait, hold up. Eighth project is a Wonder Woman movie. Modern day Diana fighting Ares. I don't know what to really make about a Wonder Woman movie, but I just decided, hey, she needs one. So store in there. Her fighting Ares, and in the end, the cameos, a Batman and Superman cameo at the end, uh, which leads into the ninth project, World's Finest. It's a movie. Batman, Superman team up to fight Joker and Lex Luthor. So it takes elements from Lego Batman 2, The World's Finest special from the animated series, and
Yeah, I remember that one.
Batman vs Superman. It all takes elements from those, but it's also telling its own story. So Lex attempts to run for president. Uh, Joker helps him and whatnot, but it takes place before the Wonder Woman movie. So and this all kind of sets up something later. But in our 10th project, which is also a movie, it's called The Fastest Man Alive, follows Barry Allen as the Flash, taking on Captain Cold, Heatwave, Boomerang, and Crazy Quilt. Cameos include Batman and Kid Flash. So,
Okay,
Bat-
okay, Kid Flash, the goat.
gotta have Kid Flash in there somewhere. Because Batman already has Robin. So, it would make sort of sense for Kid Flash to already be there. So, and my 11th project movie It's called A New Frontier. Follows John Jones being new to Earth after destruction of his planet and his people. It's the first big team up in this universe. The Justice League is now formed after being teased through each project. That's why Batman and Superman kind of cameo throughout some of the movies. Uh, some of the old projects or whatever. So the members I have here is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, John Stewart, as Hal is off Earth, off world, but doing other things for some reason. But so John is the protector of Earth. The Flash, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Martian Manhunter, Shazam, and Aquaman. The main villain is Brainiac and the White Martians. The kind of in the animated series, the Justice League animated series.
Mm.
The reason Justice League is formed in the first place is to combat the White Martians who's taken over Earth, and they destroyed Martian Manhunter's planet. So in this movie adaptation, I have them team up with Brainiac. It's a great time for us to introduce Supergirl, who shows up in the post-credit scene after the battle and whatever. And the 12th project, which is a show, a little mini series. It's called Project X. Show is Captain Adam's origin, short mini series about him and Major Force. Um, didn't really touch up too. I didn't really give too many details, but yeah, I decided to give little Captain Adam a little project. I thought it would have been cool.
Yep, you love Captain Adam over here.
Oh yeah, I know Filsky would be very happy about this one. So, 13th
Mm-hmm.
project, which is also a show, is Booster Gold. Show follows Booster Gold. Also features Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, of course. It's his best buddy. Batman and Firestorm. Show it basically shows Booster's path to being a true hero, eventually becoming a protector of this timeline, but also him trying to get some fame. That's why he's in the future, the past in the first place. I mean, the present, whatever you want to call it. That's why he's there. But that's
Mm-hmm.
my 13th project, Booster Gold show. Had to have that somewhere. So the 14th project, which is the second world's finest movie. It's another Batman and Superman team up. But it's called World's Finest 2 Apocalypse. Takes place 6 months after A New Frontier, with a Supergirl under Superman's wing. Um, of course, as any time of her being in a story where she's just arriving at Earth, she's reckless. She doesn't really know how to control her powers. This leads to conflict with Batman and Superman. As he's like, oh, she's reckless and whatever. And the main antagonist of the movie is Darkseid. Uh, I don't know how he fits in quite yet, but I look to kind of brush up on that. Um, movies. It's based off the animated movie Batman Superman Apocalypse, which is sort of follows the same story. So I get that's where I take my inspiration from this. Uh, Darkseid isn't really like a big threat yet, but it introduces him to this universe of Superman and whatnot. So take that as you will. So
Okay.
so Project 15, we have a show. It's called The Madhouse. So it follows the villains of Arkham Asylum with the ending is going to lead into them breaking out, which follows up in the third Batman movie, which is the person that gets a trilogy. And this one I had to give Batman a trilogy in the slate. So the villains include Joker, Penguin, Riddler, Bane, Killer Croc, Clayface, Mister Freeze, Poison Ivy, the Mad Hatter, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Harvey Dent, not yet Two Face, but he becomes Two Face in the show. So and Deadshot, who's in Arkham under orders from Waller. I don't know how that works yet, but I'll come up with something eventually. So I think it's like probably one of my favorite things, one of the favorite things that I made. That and A New Frontier at the
Yeah,
time.
Madhouse sounds fire with all the Alchemist Asylum patients in them.
Yeah,
Yes, that was sound fire.
and it's I'll get into what it takes inspiration when I get to the third Batman film, which is the finale of phase one. And if this gets enough likes and stuff, enough views, we'll come back. We'll do this again for a part two. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll try to do the finish line because I'm taking up a lot of time. It's 20 minutes in. 16th project, which is another show, Titans Go. Uh, so it follows Dick Grayson and Wally West forming the Team Titans to fight Slade Wilson, who's back in Gotham for revenge after the League of Assassins movie. Um, so members include Nightwing, Kid Flash, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, Donna Troy, Aqualad, Supergirl, and Jason Todd, who's 17 at the time. Grayson is 19. I think no, he's 20, 19, 20 probably. Really haven't worked out the time gaps, but Jason Todd is 17, so he's young. Then finally we have, and okay, this is something to note. It takes place during the Madhouse, so
Yeah.
that's something to note. And before the Batman movie, Project 17, which is the Suicide Squad movie, Amanda Waller assembles a squad from to bring in the Joker, whatever, escort him. This takes inspiration from Assault on Arkham, where it has something to do with the Joker. Things take a heavy turn with another threat appears in their way. I don't know the villain yet. I haven't thought about it, but yeah. But it takes place 3 months before the Madhouse. So in the end, they show Joker in Asylum. Post credit scene is him, uh, Riddler, and Penguin kind of like plotting to like take over Gotham. It's like some ultimate plan or whatever. So yeah, that's that. So
Okay.
Project 18, which is one of the last movies. Well, no, the last three projects are movies. So Project 18, Superman, the Man of Steel. Well, Superman taking on some of his toughest foes. Cameos include no Steel and Supergirl played a part in the movie, a pretty decent part, and Batman's cameo. Takes the inspiration between Superman fighting his foes is pretty much inspiration from Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six story. So villains include Luthor, Metallo, General Zod, Mongol, Parasite, and Livewire. Those are the villains I have for the movie, and takes place during the third Batman movie. And the final project before the finale is We Are the JSA, which is a movie follows the Justice Society of America. It takes place 15 years before New Frontier. Uh, Members include Hawkman, Doctor Fate, Cyclone, Atom Smasher, Jay Garrett, Stargirl, Wonder Woman, and Doctor Midnight is the main team. But also has side characters that also include members from the team. So it's kind of like hinting that they've existed for some time. Like I said, the universe is pre-established, and main villain is Starro, and it's a nod to the first Justice League team up. Their first villain they fought was Starro. So um, the film ends, and it's like all the members coming back together. It's like a 15th anniversary or whatever. But most of the characters die in the movie. That's why like the society's banned. They disbanded. Most of them die. The ones that left alive is Hawkman, of course. What's it called? Let me look like I go back. Hawkman, Wonder Woman, uh, Doctor Fate, Jay Garrick, who is mentoring Barry, who was mentoring Barry. Him and Barry know each other, and Doctor Fate. No, yeah, Doctor Fate. So in the movie, Atom Smasher, Cyclone, Stargirl, and Doctor Midnight, and all the other members die pretty much. So I know it's not. It's something that movies love to do is just kill off characters. Uh, I hate when that happens, but I think it makes the most sense here.
Yeah.
in the end credits as Hawkman and Batman. It talks to merge the two teams, and this is around the time the Watchtower is being built. It's nearly complete. So wrapping it up, it's Batman, Gotham's Knight, or Gotham Knight, Batman Gotham Knight 1 to 2. Picks up at the end of the madhouse with all the villains breaking out and open into the city in chaos. So it's basically based off the Lego Batman, the first one. The first one,
Oh yeah,
basically.
that one.
Yep, go to game. Uh, so Arkham and Blackgate are pretty much just total. Like all the guards are dead and whatever. They're both destroyed. So it's up to Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Robin, who is Jason Todd, all having to work together and defeat the villains one by one or whatever. Uh, so the best way, because there's a lot of villains on the loose, so they all have to break up into teams or whatever. Uh, so in by the second act, towards the middle of the second act, Jason Todd is abducted by the Joker. And by the end, as like everybody's like wrapping up, almost all the villains are defeated. And, like Joker's the last one left. Joker does a live execution of Jason Todd, and basically, Batman's too late. And movie final battle is basically just Batman damn near beating Joker to death. But he stops. And he just carries his. It's just a scene of him carrying Jason's dead body out of a destroyed Wayne Tower. Movie ends with the Bat family having a funeral. So movie takes the end of the movie is set like 6 months after end events. Because mind you, like Gotham, it's like just totaled, so they have to rebuild Gotham and whatnot.
Yeah, like No Man's Land.
Yeah, basically.
Uh,
So, and the post-credit scene is of Raish and the League of Assassins back in Gotham, digging up Jason's body. Um, but don't get your hopes up too high. We're not going to see a Red Hood story in my Phase 2 yet. Anyway, and let some years pass. But it sets it up. So, but yeah, guys, that is the end of my Phase 1 recap. Just naming the movies: Superman, Truth, Justice in the American Way, Batman: Arkham Asylum, Beware My Power, The Brave and the Bold, Shazam: Say My Name, Task Force X, Batman: Enter the League of Assassins, Wonder Woman, World's Finest, Fastest Man Alive, A New Frontier, Project X, Booster Gold, World's Finest to Apocalypse, The Madhouse, um, Titans Go, The Suicide Squad, Superman Man of Steel, We Are the JSA, and Batman Gotham Knight. Those are my projects. It's my DCU. Didn't try to
okay,
go.
okay.
Didn't try to take
I
up too
wrote them
much
all
time.
down.
All right.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah. We'll leave comments towards the end. We'll comment on each other. We'll have like a little discussion. But I think it's time
Mm-hmm.
we pass the floor to you, Roman, as I've talked my ass off enough. So by all means.
Also, real quick, I gotta say this. I'm not sure, like, I'm pretty sure, like, X also likes James Gunn Slate, but
I
we
do.
do not hate James Gunn Slate. Like,
No,
we think it's pretty good. However, this is how we would feel if we were in charge.
that's
Uh,
that's the best way. That's the best way to put it.
yeah,
Um, I personally, like a lot of my projects take inspiration off James Gunn, so I wanted to do
yeah,
Batman
mine
and
too.
Batman and Superman project, and I kept the Booster Gold one. Uh, you know, I love James. I love what he's doing with DC, but
Mm-hmm.
but
We're
but
excited to see what he does next.
oh yeah, but like he said, no hate. It's just us, giving our little 2 cents. It's all for fun and games, bro. Literally.
Yeah,
So for anyone's in the comments like, bro, this shit sucks, or and this blah blah blah, this and that, like, bro, fuck up with all that, bro. We just having fun.
yeah, for real.
But enough.
Okay, okay.
By all means,
Now,
you have the floor.
okay. Now, my DCU chapter one. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We'll start off with the Flash. Okay, this will be the origin story for Barry Allen, the Flash. Um, it will like show his relationship with one of his childhood best friends, Iris West. Uh, Barry would also work with like her father, Joe West. On like the TV show, Joe West would not be Barry's like kind of father because that's just kind of weird.
That shit was weird, bro.
Uh huh. And Barry gets struck by lightning. He gets the speed powers, and he decides to become a hero, like his childhood hero, Jay Garrick. He doesn't use the name The Flash. However, he still wears Jay's symbol, just like to take inspiration from him. And that's one of his childhood heroes. And the villain for this movie, Abracadabra, he appears from the future, and he hates Barry Allen for what he has done in the future. So he decides to go to the past when Barry Allen first started being the Flash. He doesn't know that Barry's the Flash, but he goes back in time when the Flash is first starting, where he's less powerful, to try and kill him then, and then they'll erase him from the future. However, he fails, and Barry beats him, and Barry decides to be hero full time. Now the post,
Go
what
ahead.
happened?
Oh, I'll just say
Okay,
I
now
like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
Now, the post-credit scene would show a montage of other heroes. It would show Green Lantern ring falling on the ground. It would show Wonder Woman's sword being picked up, and would show Superman's pod landing on Earth. That would, of course, be in the past, but still, yeah. And that's the first project, The Flash. Now, the second project, Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman has been a hero since the 1940s. However, she has been hidden. She has been hidden because she lost faith in humanity a long time ago. However, she still tries to save it. However, uh, a former Amazon called Cersei breaks out of Hades and decides to try to wage war against the Amazons. So she tries to turn human or human. Oh, I cannot speak. My God, she tries to turn humanity into animals to try to be like her little army so she can wage war on the Amazons. When Wonder Woman catches words of this, she decides to try to fight Cersei, and what they do, and Cersei loses, and Wonder Woman decides to reveal herself to the entire world and say that she is here to protect them. Now, post credit scene, I'm not even sure what the post credit scene would be. I have no idea. Maybe yeah, Ares, Ares showing up. Yeah.
No, I like that. Did
Okay.
I forget Cersei's a Wonder Woman. I should probably used her.
Well, Ares is also cool.
Yeah,
But
that's
speaking of Ares, my third project, Paradise Lost. James Gunn, he pitched he said this is gonna be a part of DC Slate. However, something funny is that like ever since 2020, I have been asking for this to be a part of DC Slate because the Amazons have a rich lore. Okay, I originally titled it the Amazons. However, I like James Gunn's title of Paradise Lost.
yeah, that's cool. That's actually
Mm-hmm.
pretty.
This would be a prequel show that shows the Amazonian War against Ares. This will show a younger Hippolyta and show how she became Queen Hippolyta. Okay, so she becomes Queen of the Amazons by the end of this show.
I like that.
Now, our fourth project. Actually, I'm gonna let you talk real quick.
No, I'm just saying I like that. It's just cool, you know.
Oh, cool, cool,
That's
cool.
so pretty
Okay,
cool.
okay. Now, our fourth project, Superman Part One, Truth. This will show Superman going against Lex Luthor, aka the villain of this movie, and he will release Bizarro. Bizarro in this universe is a clone of Superman, and at first he'd be sort of confused and be manipulated by Lex Luthor. However, Superman was shown that Lex Luthor is not the good guy here. They'll work together, and Bizarro by the end will go his own way and fly off. And Lex Luthor will be apprehended by the police, and Superman will turn in evidence that was gathered by Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen to make Lex Luthor's sentence stick this time. And also, Superman will be in he would have been Superman for about maybe 3, 5 years at this point in time, maybe 3 years, yeah. So he already fought Lex Luthor. However, every single time Lex Luthor has gotten off the charges because he has a whole bunch of money. He made things go away. However, this time he can't. hmm Now,
That's nice.
next project, Batman: Brave and the Bold. Now, this is another thing inspired by James Gunn. Instead of Damian Wayne, this would have Tim Jake Robin. You have Tim Jake Robin. It would show him starting out, and this is like a maybe about 9, 8 year old Batman, and by that I mean he's been Batman for 8 or 9 years, and this is show him sort of warming up after the death of his former son, Jason Todd, and also how his original son, Dick Grayson, kind of left him after they got into a fight. And at this point in time, Barbara Gordon will be Oracle. She'll be in a wheelchair and she will help Batman from like the chair. The main villainous movie would be the Court of Owls. Okay, they'll be a big part of this movie. And Dick Grayson would appear because he is related to the Court of Owls or like one of the leaders, the founders of it. So they try to
Whoa!
recruit him.
Whoa!
Yep. So they try to recruit him, and it doesn't go well. He tells Batman and Tim Drake about it, and Tim Drake has already been sort of suspecting it for the longest time because he's really really smart. And then, eventually he fights like the Court of Owls, and they fight the leader, aka their Talon. Well, at least one of the Talons. And they find out who the true leader is. The true leader is Bruce's grandfather. Actually, I might not make it his grandfather. Actually, now thinking about it, I might change that part. It can be
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Kane. Like it might be David Kane, like it was in Gotham Knights.
Yeah, I just. Well, thanks for
Yeah,
the spoiler, bro. I'm just joking. I'm just playing.
my fault,
No, you
bro.
should. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yep. Okay, then our next project will be a limited series on Jonah. I keep want to say Jonah Hill, but no, Jonah Hex. Let's take place in the past
Ooh.
and basically just show his sort of his fun adventures that he would have being the sheriff of the Wild West at that point in time. And yeah, that's just like a one-off project. Now, next up is finally, well, not finally. I'm gonna get to that next. But right now is Aztec. This will show you the origin of the hero Aztec. I read a few comments with him. He's actually really really cool. And I like his character. However, he's like a really sort of not well known character. A lot of people, like the average audience, don't really know about him. However, from what I've seen, read, and also watched, he's really cool.
I like Aztec. He's fun fact. He's actually in the DC, not DC,
The
Justice League.
DCU,
Yeah, Justice League Unlimited show.
yeah, That's why I first learned about him, and then I read like a few of his comics.
Hmm.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool design. I don't know too much about him, but I love his design.
hmm Now, next up is The Flash Volume 2. This will be called The Fastest Man Alive, and will show Barry Allen meeting his idol, Jay Garrick. Now, Jay Garrick has been retired for like a few years now, about 20 years now. And he learns about Barry Allen being the Flash, the new Flash, and he will sort of teach him how to become the Flash. He will teach him how to throw lightning, how to phase through objects. In the main villains movie, well, there'll be two main villains. One will be the Rogues, and two will be the rival, aka Jay Garrick's old rival. hmm Now, Jay Garrick would fight the rival while Barry Allen fights the Rogues, including Captain Cold, and he would kind of be the main villain. Okay, the rival he'd be one of the main villains. However, Captain Cold he's like the main one.
I got you.
Okay, and eventually they beat the rival. Okay, the Rogues go to jail, but Captain Cold escapes and tells Barry the next time he sees them, well, it won't be as easy.
What the?
Also, I keep forgetting to go over the post credit scenes. So post credit scene, let's go back a bit. Let's go back a bit. So post credit scene for Wonder Woman would be Ares appearing in the past. Okay, post credit scene for Superman Part One True would be him meeting Batman. Post
Okay.
credit scene for Batman Brave and the Bold would be him deciding to join the Justice League after hearing about it. Post credit scene with Jonah Hex would be us find out that the place he's protecting is actually the old Gotham City from the Wild West a long time ago.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the post credit scene with Aztec, I don't have an idea. I don't even know.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, is that old Gotham thing? Are you gonna I don't know if you noticed. There's actually an episode of Batman Brave and the Bold, not Brave and the Bold, the animated series, where
Mm-hmm.
him and Dick Grayson visit Jonah Hex and do like the whole episode is like flashbacks of it's like Jonah Hex in the whole episode. So is that kind of like a nod to that or something?
No, I actually didn't know about that. It's
Oh,
just like something I came up with.
that's
Just a
nice.
tie-in.
That's it's, what's it called? I don't know. It's a coincidence. Nice coincidence, man.
Mhm. Now, next up, the death of Krypton. This will show the death of Krypton, how it got destroyed. This will be a limited series, and it will show Jor-El. It will star Jor-El, and also show General Zod. and that's basically it. The post credit scene would show like that a piece of Krypton actually survived and actually became Argus or Argo, and that's where Kara's mom is at now. Actually, no, we're not there yet. So next up is Green Lantern season one. This would be like a multi-season show. I'm kind of cheating a bit. Like I'm include this all as like one sort of one thing. So season one will show like the origin of Green Lantern, how Jordan Green Lantern,
Hmm.
and show him like going against just some Earth villains like not Armstrong Levy, that's Invincible. What's his name? Hector Hammond. I forgot how you say his name. But it would show like him going against Green Lantern.
Hmm.
It would show Green Lantern going against other Earth villains, and then season two it would show him going against uh, probably like I'm not sure about season two actually.
Tattoo
Maybe
Man?
like huh?
Tattoo Man? Nah.
Maybe actually. This is just like a sort of smaller Earth villain.
Yeah.
And in season three, we would get into like the lanterns. Okay, where Sinestro becomes a Yellow Lantern. He's the main threat. In season four, we have Atrocitus as the main villain. Season five, Laufey. Season six, uh,
Damn.
season six we can actually have like just another smaller villain. Season seven, Mongol. Season eight, maybe actually yeah, season eight I'm gonna have the Black Lanterns. Season nine, the Black Lanterns again, and season 10, Sinestro as the final villain.
Jeez, bro, 10 seasons?
Yeah, they're gone for a while, but it's what I need to tell the Green Lantern story.
Oh, fair enough.
Mm. Now, I'm telling all that as a one thing, so that's like what project is this at this point? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So all of that I'm just going to count as 11th project. Okay, so
Oh, well,
now
well. So that was.
Death Weapon.
So that's the end of your slate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. I like it. I like it. There's nothing wrong with cheating a bit, G. That's alright.
Wait, actually, I have one more project. I just
Okay,
signed it.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
so last project is let me try to find it. Where's it? I have a whole list of like ideals. Oh yeah, the question season one.
Ooh, one of my.
Yeah, also, I forgot to say the Green Lantern show will be like spread out over 10 years. So there'll of course be stuff in between it, but I don't know what it'll be.
Got you. I like that you can question a series. That's one of my favorite DC characters.
Yeah, he's awesome. You know what I'm
Alright, alright.
saying?
So let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, 42 minutes. We have 10 minutes left before the stream just decides to cut off because that the service I'm using only gives me an hour.
Okay.
But take this time to discuss real quick.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like I should say this like again, but basically, like for the Green Mountain show, I had like 10 seasons.
Mhm,
I thought that'll be like spread out over like of course 10 years,
mhm.
like one season each year, and in between that we'll have like different projects like movies, shows. However, I have no idea what I'll make those projects yet.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess we could discuss each other's projects, compliment each other.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
let me check your version real quick. Superman, Truth, Just an American Way. I really like your title.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
yeah, the trilogy like I'm planning. I named the Superman Part One, Truth, and Part Two, Justice, and Part Three, The American Way.
I
So
like
that's
that.
uh huh.
So kind of like the same idea, sort of.
Yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum. I really like this idea. Him just going to Arkham Asylum. It's kind of like Ben Affleck's canceled Batman movie.
Really,
Like it was gonna be him going like through Arkham Asylum, like him going against like Deathstroke and other people.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Now, Beware My Power, the TV show. That
Hmm.
one's actually really like. I like the title too. It isn't just like Green Lantern because my projects they're just like just regular titles like of the characters.
Hmm.
Like yours uses like code names kind of.
Right,
Mm-hmm. Brave and the Bold. Really like this one because Green Arrow is awesome.
right.
Shazam Say My Name. Awesome. You want to go next?
Oh no, no, you good, you good.
Okay, okay. Six Task Force X. Uh, Seven Batman Instant League of Assassins. Okay, okay. Nine, Wonder Woman. No, eight, Wonder Woman. Nine, World's Finest. 10, The Fastest Man Alive. 11, New Frontier. 12, Project X. Project X. 13, Booster Gold. 14, World's Finest 2, Apocalypse. 15, Madhouse. 16, Titans Go. 17, Suicide Squad. 18, Superman, The Man of Steel. 19, We Are the JSA. And 20, Batman Gotham Knights. And that
Gotham
sounds like a
Knight.
really good phase one or
Yeah,
chapter one.
yeah. So, um,
Hmm.
any that kind of like stand out to you?
Oh yeah, some that stand out.
Hmm.
Yep, most definitely. Batman Arkham Asylum, and also Brave and the Bold, New Frontier, and Batman Gotham Knights. I really like those four specifically. Actually, no, Madhouse is the best one. I think it's
I
my favorite one.
I have to agree, but I really I don't know why it just something just clicked inside of me. Something just woke up. I was like, yo,
Hmm.
I need to get on that. Um, I really like your Flash, and your Wonder Woman. I think those were really great. Um, I'm trying to think. Uh, hold up. I remember this. I like the Brave and the Bold thing. Where you have what's his name?
Brave and the Bold.
We
Tim
have Tim
Drake.
Drake. Tim Drake as Robin at the time, and Grayson as the head of the Court of Owls. I think that's like a really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like he wouldn't be the head of the court. I'm talking like one of his descendants. Like they were trying to get him to be a head because one of them, like one of his ancestors, were the Court of Owl's leader.
I
They
like.
founded it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Thank you, thank you.
So,
Yeah, I'll probably send a list in the chat.
let's see. So, think of there's anything else you want to say?
Um, Not really. Yours was great. Okay, love the titles especially.
I liked yours too. I like how you gave more of a synopsis than I did. But yeah, man, I had a great time doing this.
Yeah, me too, bro.
So maybe next time,
Yep.
uh, if this gets enough, much of a following, we come back do part two. But I
Yeah,
think,
sure. That sounds great. You know what I'm saying? Phase two.
oh yeah, I think well, if nothing else, I think we'll go ahead and end it here.
Sure.
I will leave a link to Roman's channel down below. Uh, so yeah, thank you for being on the channel, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for inviting me, bro.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I love to. I look forward to working with you again.
Hmm.
Yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, all that great stuff. And if you enjoyed it, leave a comment or whatever. We'll see you. X24 Roman make a DCU Slate. That's gonna do it. See ya.
See y'all.